Let's see what we got going on. For those of you who are tuning in a little bit later, my name is Anthony Gray. Welcome to the live edition of Grayscale Painting. I usually try to do this around 6 and 7 o'clock, somewhere in between there. And just paint, chat, ask questions. If I see them, I'll answer them. So we'll see what happens. My tablet's a little bit slow. It's moody from time to time. So let's see what we got here. I should be, yep, nice and live. Got the generic thumbnail going. It says dual double on the title because I originally wanted to just paint on a 9x12. I had an extra one there, so I decided to just put two together and see what we come up with. So looks like everything's kind of clear. If you notice that my window is a little smaller for my photo anyway, my camera, but the other one is of regular size. So I think we're doing all right. I just can't see the chat for some reason. So what I'll do is I can't see the chat. It didn't even cough up. So what I'll do is I'll get out of YouTube again, come back in, and maybe it'll tighten up there because I don't see the chat at all. Hello, Marilyn, Johnny, how are you? Now I see your text on the main screen when you see me look to my left, which might be your right. Hello, Jessica. So everything's in real time on my monitor up there through the webcaster. So, but I'm gonna try the tablet one more time. As the tablet's doing this thing, if you look down below, I have titanium white, cad yellow, cad red medium, phthalo blue this time, and I got some that's burnt umber, so the darker brown for today. So I think I'm gonna go for a nice ledge. YouTube isn't responding. Okay, I'll do it one more time. Sometimes this happens. So if by chance that I can't get it on the tablet, I do have my cell phone with me, but I have to get my cord to plug in the phone because that looks like that might happen. So bear with me. Yes, I have to use a yardstick because I'm 4 feet off the ground on the chair just to get the wire. I got two wires. One's for the iPhone and one for an Android. I got them sitting here. I use the yardstick for everything except art, just about, in case you're wondering. It looks like YouTube's gonna give me a hard time on my tablet, so I'm gonna have to use my phone, which is no problem. So I'll just get the phone kicked up. Now check it out. I get the phone kicked up, and now YouTube wants to pop on the tablet. Go figure, right? I guess it's jealous. You're eating dinner right now? Okay, well, you should have fixed me a plate. Hey, Tim. Hey, Lori, how are you? Okay, we're gonna try this one more time. And then we're gonna get right on to it. And let's see what happens here. And while it's doing that, and I've already primed my canvas with Not really gesso, I just primed it with craft paint. And I still don't see the chat coming in here. Oh, nope, there we are, okay. It's good to see you, Lori. I see that you were on earlier, I guess you were cooking. Welcome, it's good to see you. Technology, yeah, tell me about it. Nah, I haven't had dinner late. I eat extremely late at night. And I mean really late, and I shouldn't do it, but it's just reoccurring. I've always done it. Okay, I've already got them prepped and ready. And so I'm gonna throw on some glycerin. We'll get some interesting cloud play going. Just trying to figure out what color I might want the clouds today or this evening. Like I say, this would be a dual picture, so I have to think, you know, of the subjects, just centering them. Okay, you can't put the subject in the middle of where they're going to be separated. Now, when I do put, when you gesso the surface, okay, it gives something for your medium to kind of grab onto, so it's not beating up or anything. And that's what I did here. Okay. And now that I dipped my brush pretty good in the glycerin, so I'm gonna just borrow some from here and just put it over here. That's how much glycerin I had on that one side. And you don't need much. A little bit of this stuff goes a very long way. Okay. It is very reflective. So I gotta just be mindful of. There we go. That covers all of them, both sides there. Okay, and that's that. So let's play around with the sky. We'll mess around with the sky right now. I'll just take a little bit of titanium white, and I guess I'll start it right here. Let's just go across. Obviously, you don't see the titanium white. Just like that. It just I'll lighten up the sky a little bit. Oh, let's get a little bit of red. And we'll just start right here at the corner. Like I said, I don't know what I'm gonna do. And let's do a little bit of that red right over here on this side. Okay, something like that. And we'll have it kind of snake around. Let's get a little bit of, well, let's clean off the brush first. And we'll get some yellow in there. Water cuts through glycerin like a hot knife through butter. Okay. Hello, Louise, how are you? It's good to see you. Welcome. Welcome to the party. All right, let's put a little yellow up in here like this. I might want to beef up that yellow with a little bit of white. And then I'll just kind of bring some of that in there. Bring some of that in there a little bit. A little bit in there. Have it join up in there a little bit of fire in the sky. Why not? Something like that. So we'll deal with something like that for right now. Yeah, we'll deal with that. Okay, this is one of my little general type of skies, nothing really special. Little method that I do with it. Makes it kind of dynamic. So I guess we'll have a sunrise type of thing or whatnot. Let's take one of these. I think you guys can see that. It depends if you're looking at it on the computer or on your phone. Well, I'll put it right here on this camera. You guys can see what I got here. It's nothing but a makeup brush. All right, we'll start with, I think I'll start with the light stuff first. And what I'm doing really, circular motions, is I'm just smoothing all of this out, right? I'll come up in here, but it's yellow. Blend that yellow and red in there. And I'm just getting rid of the streak marks. That's all. I try not to stay in one spot because you can kind of blend a hole right in it. Blend a color spot in there. All right. So it takes a little practice to get all this. Now I'll mix the red in there very gently. You can move the paint around. The glycerin just keeps the paint wet longer. Okay, basically, that's all it's doing. And you can really, red is a very strong color. Okay, so I'm wiping off my brush. I don't want it to get too far into the yellow. Use the yellow in the center anyway. But who knows, as I keep playing with this stuff, what I'll end up doing. Like I say, red is very powerful. And if you want the yellow to compete, you just put a little white in there. So I'm looking at it here. I can deal with it being a little darker in the corner. So let's slap some blue in there like that. Something like that in the corner. Bring it out here. Be careful, you don't want your stuff turning green. And I'll put a little bit in here. I'll just have it kind of go this way and come out that way like this. Something like that. I'll mix it in there. Might get a little bit purpley, and that's fine. Basically, it's really gently blending those colors in there smoothly. Now, occasionally I will look at the bigger screen because for some weird reason it looks like somebody else is doing it, and so it gives me a true glimpse of what it actually looks like than me sitting here staring at it, talking to you and doing it. Yes, they're both butted up together and taped. One just has scotch tape, the other one has masking tape. Because originally the one with the scotch tape, I was just going to use that by itself and then that's it. But I decided to put both together. I had two 9x12s, and I'm kind of used to painting on bigger surfaces. I'm just used to it now. And so when I seen the 9x12s, I'm like, ugh, kind of small, kind of dainty. So I decided to butt them both together. The next time I make panels, they're just going to be larger. They'll probably all be 18x24, 16, 18x16, you know, one of the bigger sizes than what I was doing. Okay, now that I've done that, I can really play around with a little bit more red, because the red is not as strong anymore. It's not overpowering. Of course, I use my typical go-to brush, this fellow. I'm just used to it. I'll use it until I beat it half to death, and then I got another one. I'll just trade it in for another model, that's all. Just like that, and then I'll just take that and just kind of fade it in there. Just like that. I can fade it in a little stronger when it gets into the yellow. When it gets into the blue, you know, whatever, it'll just mix in. I'm gonna put clouds in this. So, and the clouds, the white paint will pick up the properties of the colors I laid down in there, so it ought to be pretty interesting looking. Okay, I mean, I can pretty much get away with that if I wanted to, but I want a little more activity, I guess, a little more action. I'll just tap it in there like this. And put some up in here like that, have it just come down like that. And once again, I'll just take it, softly blend it. Now I'm gonna show you something when I get done with this, because I know you're seeing, when I do this, you may think that I'm using the whole brush, and I'm not. See, the brush is kind of rounded, and so I'm only using, let's tip it that way. I'm using that part right up there, okay, to do the blending. And you just, smaller circles, larger circles, whatever, you know, will help you out to get you the effect that you're looking for. But this is just the way I do it. It's a favorite of mine. Okay. So, there we go. I keep looking at it. Try to rub out all the thick, heavy spots. And if I can't get them up, I'll just cover it with a cloud or something. So, you know, there's always ways around things. Just wiping off the excess. I'll go into my yellow here, and I take the yellow, I just spread it up into that red there, smooth it out, just like that. Just take the paint off, go back into my yellow, and go on this side. Spread it out, just like that. I'm not worried about this stuff down here at all, because it's going to be covered with a mountain, a cliff, and a hill. I think I'll put the hills, make them really tree-filled hill up around in here, so I'm not really too concerned about all of this down here. It's really up here. Okay, now I do have a brush that can smooth it out a little bit more. Now glycerin, when you see the streaks really won't last long. Glycerin kind of flattens out and spreads your paint out, and the streaks just tend to go away. Oh yeah, well, it's a good thing. Good deal, Jessica. It's a Hake brush, H-A-K-E. I have 3 different sizes. I'll use the big boy today. My other one is in here somewhere. I can't find it, but I know it's in here. Really, really soft brush, and it's made just for gently blending all of this together. And it's such a large brush. I'm doing the customary X strokes. Okay. Very soft brush. It just kind of blends everything together, just like that. And you leave it be. I don't think I'll be using this anymore. I have a big beach towel on my lap here, so I'll just wipe everything on that. Alrighty then. Let's play with clouds. You know what? I'll do it this way. I use this. It's all right. I'm gonna use a fan brush, a rather large one here. All right. Okay. And I'll get nice thin coat of paint just on the edge. I'll show you here. You should be able to see it down there. See that? All right. I can pretty much go anywhere I want with it, so I'll just take it and just whisk it around, just dance it around like this. Just like that. Let's do that again. Take it, it's the thin part. We'll come up around here. Come up here, spin it around, spin it. Just like that. One more. Let's have one just go off the page here. Make all sorts of little crazy sounds. There. If you don't make the sounds, it doesn't work. Okay. Let's put that back. I have an even smaller brush. Smaller fella. The hairs are kind of getting kind of crazy here because I mash them in with the other other brushes. All right. Now with this patch of bleh, we'll make some flowing clouds out of that. And basically just take your brush and gently kind of just fluff them and blend them in. The more you fluff them, the more they blend in with that background. Okay, so you can kind of, you'll see as I keep playing around with it here. I can make the bottoms disappear a little bit. All right, I got a smaller brush to do this with the real fine details. Some of it I want to stick out a little more than others. Okay, down below here, they can just blend into the background. It's all right. But you can kind of see, well, maybe you can't because of the glare of the lights. But the more you blend, the more it blends in with the paint you previously put down there. Okay, so up on the top here, you can really flow and move them around, kind of get them the way you want, however you want them to flow. I'll come in here, I'll soften some of that in the middle. I'll keep some of that out there. Some of the thicker billows of white, I'll keep them there. Down below here, it really won't matter, because I kind of like them a little bit. Let's fade that over there. I got to be mindful to where you guys are watching also. Okay, yeah, that's cool. That's cool. None of this down here matters. It's going to be hidden by big stuff, so it's all right. Okay, just wipe the paint off my brush. I'll probably clean this real fast. I don't believe I'll be using this brush much anymore, so I can clean it off. Actually, the sky pretty much has a lot of movement in it, so I don't have to do as much with it. Okay. You guys feel free to talk, ask questions, and all that good stuff. I'm just smoothing this out, and plus it gives me a little decision time. Me smoothing it out like this doesn't really mean anything, because like I said, a whole lot of dark and different colors going to be covering parts of this. But right now I'm just thinking about placement, because like I say, a lot of this is going to be, you're not going to see none of that. So basically I'm just biding time. I'm going to take my other brush, talk about biding time, let's clean that real fast. Now these makeup brushes, they soak in a lot of water, they hold a lot, so you're going to have to squeeze it with your hand, get all that water out of there. I got a Bob Ross, it's nothing but a shoe rack, but it's down the bottom of a big garbage can here, right beside me. You got a couple of canvases and some paints. Nice. So I expect to see some really wonderful things coming from you, Jessica. Okay. I am going to have a cliff. I'll put the cliff higher up. It'll be up in around here in a cloud somewhere. The hills will be a little lower, obviously, but they're going to be filled with green this time around. Europe. I'm thinking of double cliffs. We'll see. Okay, let's get to the festivities here. Let's put this over here. Let's get Mr. Palette Knife. Oh, yeah, I'll use the larger palette knife today. Yeah, why not? I barely use this guy, so might as well. All right, I'm going to get my umber here. Get a piece of that out. Let me get this water out of my way. Like right now. Okay, so I have a little room here. I'll put the umber right there. All right, we're gonna get a little bit of red. Just a little bit. We'll put it in there, mix it in there. Now, I gotta be careful about umber, because umber is a brown with green in it, and I don't want my mountain turning green. So I got the red in there, and the red will kind of neutralize that if I choose to put that dark blue in there. Now, depending on the mix, you can get this to almost look black without actually using black. All right. And as you can see, a whiter palette knife, you can mix faster and cover the bigger area. All right. Now, when it comes to doing a hill or a mountain or something like that, don't put your paint on too. The darker you have your base color, the better. Okay. Let's cut a swipe off like that. Little swipe there. Okie dokie. And like I say, we'll start off with kind of a cliff. So it's going to look kind of flat, but I think I want my cliffs to kind of go high and just get kind of low there. So we'll start this guy. Oh, cliffs are usually kind of flat too, so we'll start him right here. Okay. And I'll kind of do stuff like that with it. Basically, with the cliff, spread this out. You want your edges to be really sharp, okay? Really poignant. Have one come up there like that. Spread it out. Have that guy aim downward. It's going to slowly go downward and downward and downward. It's like that. I'm not worried about anything down below right now. Let's start it right here. A little dark there. And keeps going downward. Round across. And with cliffs, they kind of go straight downward there. I can take, I'm gonna use more color. Obviously that's a little thin, but it's okay. I'll just mix up some more. But it goes straight down. I'll use a brush and bring some of this down with a brush. Brush will spread it a little bit better, but then again, I didn't make too much of this. A little bit more brown right here. A little brown, a little bit of red, mix it in there. Now I mixed a lot of red with that brown, as you can see. So more brown. And you see the darkness comes back there. Just keep mixing. Keep mixing. Swipe. Where are we at here? You just take it. We're gonna come bring all that down. Fairly thin. I'll smooth all of this out. But you really want it pretty thin. You want it to kind of stain the board. Because once you start putting other paints and other colors in there, you know, that'll help cover all of that. Like I said, I'll take a paintbrush and we'll smooth all this out. I got the general shape, so I'm just messing with all this stuff down here. And it gives a good contrast to what your clouds and everything. Get some off that on the other side there. Bring it right down. All right, that's cool. Okay, let's take a brush. I'm gonna smooth. See that? See how the brush kind of covers all that up? Look at that. See? Almost like elf magic, huh? Looked like the Keebler elves had a hand in doing this. You see how it covers up all that white? See that? Thin. It's still a thin amount of paint. It's just your paintbrush is just smashing it all into the canvas. So it's spreading it out there. Just like that. See that? You didn't think that was coming, did you? Okay, let's wipe that off. Okay. people in the chat, but it seems mighty quiet. You guys are mighty quiet. I'm just fading out the bottom a little bit. Straight up, straight up. Okay, don't worry about all of this here. We're not worried about all of that. I got a lot of water on my brush still, which is causing that. And that's okay. As long as all the fade stuff here happens just like that. Something that I'm not worried about. See? All of this I'm not worried about. Now I had extra water in my brush, which it causes that. So, and you can see the water. I think you can see the water is dripping off. It's just coming from off the furrow of the brush. You see how easy we can get rid of that problem? Look at that. That's how you get rid of that. And I'm not really worried about that. You'll see why in a minute. And believe it or not, there's still glycerin on there. So you're not wiping away glycerin that easy. Okay, let's take some of this dark color, add a little bit of white to it. We'll get a little bit of this here. And then we'll just spread that out, marble it like that. Okay. All right. I'll use the bigger one. I'll just use this one. We get a nice thin layer, like so. First, hey, Tina Sue, how are you? Welcome. Greetings. Yeah, we have fun. You know, we just chat and ask questions and chat and, you know, stuff like that. All right. Let me show you something here. You see the different angles? Okay. Now, with these different angles on the top, never mind the bottom. Okay. Don't worry about the bottom here. Okay. See those angles there? This will determine what cliffs stick out and what cliffs don't stick out. Okay, so like I say, don't worry about that part. I'm thinking that the light is coming from the left-hand side, so we'll deal with that. We'll add. See, that would be the left-hand side. That would be the left-hand side. Part of that will be the left-hand side. That will be the left-hand side. Okay, and we'll base stuff off of that. We'll go downward. We'll just take it right from here and we just kind of play around with it and just aim it downward like that. Need some more. It's not dramatic enough. Very lightly with your palette knife, you come on down and no, I don't want to do that. I'll just do it this way. We'll put it down there like that. Sorry about that if I hit the camera. And we'll just kind of start patting in all patterns and stuff like what you're seeing right now. And we'll do some of that here, make it all craggy looking. Just like so. Make all sorts of little things happen with it. We'll come here, we'll do the same thing. Right here. Come on down, angle it a little bit. But kind of keep it in the area where it's jutting out. Let's get a little more of this color, spread it out, get a little bit of white, put it in there, marble it. Just like this. See that? Marble it. Cut across, get this little bead of paint, and you continue on very lightly. Come on across. Bring it right down. Let the palette knife work for you. Have a good time. Have fun with this. Now we got a little edge here that's kind of thinking it's important, so we'll bring a little bit of that down there like that. Okay. And we got a little something here. I'll just take it and we'll just kind of see, let your brush do what it does. Don't try to color or paint the whole thing. Okay. Maybe a little bit on the edge this way. Not too much of it. I'm just checking out where I can add a little bit more flavor to these guys. Maybe something coming off that way. I think that should be about right. Let's take a little bit of blue. Okay, we'll add the blue in there with that white and a little bit of black. We'll add a touch of brown to that blue. It just grays it out. It'll be kind of the shadow part of the thing. Okay, a little darker brown. Now be careful. This deep brown and that blue, it will turn gray on you. So just be a little careful. And you might want it a little bit on the brownish gray side. Up to you. It's all your preference and your taste of what you want to see. All right. And then we'll just kind of play around with it. Just like that. You mix a little bit of that in with your lit side. Don't try to cover up all of your foundation color, but put a little bit into the edge, just like that. Make it look a little interesting. Come on down in here, and you don't necessarily have to go like completely straight down. Add some angles to it. Come on in the light side a little bit. Put it in there. All right. Thank you, Lori. You can always scrape a little bit off and bring it somewhere else. Scrape it. Flatten it out. Just like that. And cut it a little thin. Very thin. Very thin. So you'll be cutting across some of these a little more than others. All depends. I'm going right across the tape. Act like the tape doesn't even exist. So you don't wreck the flow of your painting there. Okay, but come here and then kind of bring some out there, and you see it's starting to break apart and all of that good stuff. Let it do that. Let's put one here like this. Have it go across like that. This is a rebel. That's a rebel rock. He's trying to go to the other side, like those evil Star Wars characters that turn good and get killed anyway. And we have one here. Keep on going down there. Okay. There. Let's get a little brown. Scrape up some of that blue. What little bit of it there is. Get a little bit of white. A little bit. Like that. Put it in there. There we go. Just like that. Now you got yet a different color of gray, a little darker. And you put it in those little receding places in there. Put it in there. Just like so. Well, I'm just picking and choosing here. Now, you have texture when you put this paint down there. So all it takes is a very gentle rub to get that texture on the bluish part of the rocks there. And it's a different color of gray, and it's going to give you a different look. Okay. Now, as I'm doing this, obviously, I'm going to highlight the brighter parts of the rocks. They'll just stick out that much more. And the darker colors will recede that much more. Okay, so there is different variations of gray, that you can mix and use without using necessarily black and white, as you see. Okay. Alrighty. Let's go with some white here. It doesn't matter if it's tinted with a little bit of blue or whatnot. That's okay. I'll use the smaller one. That was the larger pellet knife. Where's my smaller fella? Oh, there it is, right in front of my face. Here's the tinier guy. I'll show them both together. All right. So we're gonna use this guy. Okay. Nice little swipe across. That sucked. Let's do another one. There we go. All right. The brighter the highlight, the less of it you need. We'll kind of concentrate in this middle area where you see the little yellow glow there. Okay, and so we'll just capitalize on right in there. We'll kind of get a very light, just like so. See this? Very light. And like I said, I'll just kind of highlight the rim of this guy a little bit. Just like that. I'll play around with that part. Pretty much where I think it's lit up a little bit more. We'll play with this part. We'll just curve it around like that. Now, the textures are already there. You're the foreman. You're just telling the paint where to go. Okay. The palette knife did all the hard work. You're just telling it where to put the bolts. So hopefully this is starting to make sense. You can highlight some of the edges there, like that. Okay. And you're starting to see where parts kind of stick out at. All right. I'll really highlight those edges there, like that. And we'll come around, get a little bit more paint, and lightly touch some of those like that. You don't have to over highlight, you kind of get the gist of it. Put a nice little rim of white there and just come on down like that, like so. As you get more and more comfortable with doing these, you'll see where to place them. All right. And basically, to get these patterns and to get it to break, what you're doing, I'll leave my hand flat like this. What you're doing is getting the flat part of it as even as you can with the paper, and then you slide across. Okay. And it's a very light touch to do it. Get it look all craggy looking and rough and crazy. I think that will do. Don't have to do too much to it. The paint's still a little wet, so I can take Mr. Beat Down brush here. Okay, very lightly I'll just tap up into the mountain, bring it down a little bit. We're making instant mist here. You'll see. Go in. Don't be fearful. Go a little bit up into the mountain a little bit. Don't trounce on it where you get rid of a lot of the detail. But just a little touch like that. All right. Now you can approach this a couple different ways. You can go up, okay, or you can just very lightly. I'll take this brush very lightly. Long X strokes like this, very light. Make them X strokes. X. Okay, very important. Okay. Wipe the rest away like that. All down here doesn't matter. Like before, it doesn't matter. All this down here. None of that matters. If you want to, shoot upward. Just like that. Just go straight up. Just like so. And that's it. Lightly go across. You want that gentle fade, okay? Like you're just coming out of nowhere. You follow me? All right. It's a very simple process. And now you can see the lighter rocks, the darker rocks. They don't have to be yellow and orange, like, you know, they're just, you know, highlighted and fairly simple. It kind of, you know, brings the point across. Okie dokie. Let's clean up some of this if you can. Some of it's already hard on the this is a glass palette, so I'll just go in reverse here and just get some of this. Just clean it up a little bit. Now this is just my preference. I just don't like a dirty, super dirty palette. I'll just clean a little bit of that off. Just like wipe it away. All right, let's work on that hill. No, not yet. Not yet. Let's get some mist going, just a little bit. I'm just gonna take the corner of this brush. I'll put it right here. You guys can see it. I'm gonna go far below. I got glycerin on here still. Okay, you guys won't be able to see it. I just cleared off, but you can see my fingerprints. All right, there's still glycerin there. Go far below, well, you know, a few inches below, just like this. Go down below, and you just pat the white just down below the where you see the cutoff here. Okay. Now that I've got it down below, gently. Now you see this brush has a lot of hairs and it's kind of spread out. That's what you're looking for. You take it. I'm gonna get rid of a lot of that on the bottom first. Okay. And I'll take it very lightly. I'll just ease it on up there so it looks like cloudy mist. So you can bring it into your cliff, still maintain the detail, but you see some of that white that's sneaking up in there. But it's not so thick that it hides everything. Okay, you can bring it a little higher into the mountain if you would like, but be very light with it. Okay, very light. I'll wipe off my brush, do it over here. So basically, look at my hand. I'm just taking it just like that. All right, you see the movement of the brush, and that's exactly what it's doing. Now I can feel my brush is starting to grab, so some of the glycerin is wearing away, which is actually a good thing. Once again, once you get used to using the glycerin, you'll know what to do, what not to do, how far to go up with it, or to leave it alone. Bring some up into that hill a little bit, that mountain a little. Now you're thinking, well, where's the hill gonna be? Well, it's gonna be in there. It's gonna be in there. And I got all sorts of values and tones going on with this. Very lightly. Egg strokes. Egg strokes. Crisscross, crisscross, crisscross. Okay, crisscross strokes. Just like that. Even up into the mountain a little bit. Crisscross strokes. See that? Very smooth. Very just very smooth, very soft. All right. Okay. Down here don't matter. It's all up in here that's important. Alrighty. Let's clean off this brush. Keep in mind, this is two separate pictures, two separate paintings. I've done paintings like this and changed red midstream and turned it into something else, but I'll stick with the formula today. I promise. Alrighty. What do I have over here? I got a little bit of brown, a little bit of blue. Okay, I think we can get away with that. I'll mix using the palette knife. We still got a little bit of brown here. I'll use the rest because, just because. Okay, a little bit of brown, little touch of blue. Now this, remember, this brown has green in it, so I gotta be careful with umber and this deep blue, because it will turn green on a brother real fast. And actually that might be a good thing, because I want the hill to be kind of, I wanted a green hill, like, you know, just trees in it. So this might actually work. I'm debating whether I should put some red in there, but maybe we'll leave it alone. We'll just keep it at this. Okay, so I want a green tree-filled hill here. Hills are a little rounded. All right, and that's what we'll do. We'll here. We'll go a little higher here. Right up in here. Right up in here like this. Just like that. I'll bring it down a little bit. Something like that, bring it down. So it's higher here. I'm not really, and because this is a grass, a tree-filled hill, I'm not really too worried about it being super sharp as far as the edge goes, because it's gonna be trees. Bring it down a little bit there. Okay. Now remember, don't worry about all this white in there, because it will be covered up when I put the brush to it. Same technique, just different color. But I want it to be kind of hilly here. Yeah, we'll make it come down about that low. It's all right. Somewhere down there. I'm pushing that color into the canvas. Okay. La 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 la. Now, do you see? You notice with that deep brown and that dark blue. Look at that green. Okay. Like I said, these umbers, they're brown with green in it. So when you add blue, that's what's going to be. More green. Okay. Yeah, we're good at that. Okay, we're going to take Mr. Brush again, and we're just going to see, look at that. It's like elf magic, right? You see that? Okay. And we'll bring it straight down. It's all right. As close as you can. Straight down. Close as you can. Straight down. Just a block of color. Just blocking it in your shape. All right. Thank you, Tina Sue. Tina, if you ever see any of my advertisements say, I'll be live in the chat room, we'll chat and this and that. This is about as good as the chat gets. Nobody really talks. I talk. I talk. But it's all good. It's all good. If any of you want to share it out, share it out. It's all good. Any questions, ask. What else? Yeah, come in and chill. No question is a dumb question. That I don't believe in. My channel is for the beginners and the intermediates. So all the pros can go somewhere else. All right. Now I can be cute and add fall colors to this. I can do that. Now if you look down at the palette, that's pretty much what I have. Reds, yellows. Red and yellow together makes orange. Okay. Blue and yellow makes green, so I can do all of it that way if I chose to go that route. We'll see. Okay, I have to get a brush that's pretty beat down, a sorry brush, one that's like, it's fit for the boneyard. One of those type brushes. I'm desperately trying to find one. If not, I did have one that was like, you was getting there. I'll use this little, yeah, I'll use this little fella. It's not necessarily beat down, but it'll give me what I need. Okay, let's go into a little bit of, we'll go into our blue. We'll put the blue right here. And we'll get a little touch of yellow, slap the yellow in there. It gives me a deep blue, or green right here. But it's kind of a glow-in-the-dark green. I don't really want anything like that, so I dip some red in there. Okay, there we go. So that gives me a nice base. All right, nice shadow base for whatever I'm going to put there, but it'll be tree-like. You see me pouncing the brush down in there. Okay. I don't know why that focus changed like that. Oh no, maybe you'll see it here. Can you see it? But you see they're all sticking up out there like that. All right. I don't know if you guys can see it without any light. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'll just get some shadow, and it's going to appear dark, and just like this. And just tap. Do not, I repeat, do not rub this stuff. And I'll just do it in various spots. Just like that. It will look. And I'll put some up here. Just like that. I'll turn the brush around. I'll kind of pop some up there. Like that. You'll see. It'll start looking like little trees happening there. And I'll start changing colors. But I do need some of this dark in there. Okay, and you'll see. Get interesting little clusters of color going. Well, thank you, Tina Sue and Lori. And yeah, I get that a lot. Plenty. It's all, yeah, you know, it's all good. I will take it as a compliment. So it looks kind of weird right now, but it won't in a second. I'm still building shadows. So yeah, I don't turn my notification or my audio off. I really should, but I don't. Once again, I'll bring some of this to the top. I know we're getting near that window there. And I'll put some of these up top, kind of pop them in there. But it will be filled with trees. Trees are probably trees of various colors. Okay. Slide it over just a little bit. Actually, I can bring it in a tad too. Like that. That should be good for you guys. It's still in focus. Interesting little shapes. Now remember, this is just shadow. Okay. I don't have to cover this whole tree with it, or this whole mountain with the shadow color. I think I'll make them fall colors because it'll correspond with the clouds. Because this is relatively a simple painting, really. Well, let's just say it's a relatively simple composition of a painting. It's just a cliff and a hill so far. Okay. All right. We're not going to deviate from this brush, but we are going to change the color. This is where it gets interesting, with interesting clusters and clumps of colors, and make it tree-like. Okay, I'm still just pouncing away at this brush just to open up the bristles here. See, I'm kind of really mashing the stuff down there. These type of brushes seem to take a licking and keep on ticking, just like this. And this is obviously yellow. We have to beef the yellow up with a little white because yellow's opaque, or transparent, very transparent. So you just beef it up a little bit of white. Still got some greenish tinginess to it, and that's fine. All right, now, see that brush is a mashed mess. That makes the best leaves. Best texture for trees. Let's go over here on that side. All right, and then we'll just start kind of, got a stray one here. There. Okay, you just gently just tap in. See this? And I'm doing it right into the kind of the blank areas there. Okay. I'm going to use just a slight touch of water in there. Now, why am I using the water? It's because a loose paint. Let me add some more white to that. A loose paint. Once I put water in yellow, it gets even more transparent. That's why I just beefed it up with more white. But a loose paint sticks very well to a thick paint. Now, be mindful of this and use a very light touch. Let's go to where the sun is here, because this is going to be kind of bright. There we go. Interesting little clusters. Okay. And remember, if you feel that it's too much, just interesting little clusters. Come down here. Don't drag your brush. You might want to feel the need to do so. Just don't. Okay. Try your best not to. We'll put someone else up in here, even though it kind of don't matter. All right, but hopefully you guys kind of see where this is heading. If not, you will once I add oranges and reds to it. And I'll even slap a few greens in there. But right now you just see patterns of yellow. Let's bring this up above the box so you guys see everything. If you want, I can make my box disappear. As a matter of fact, I'll just do that. Which one is it? I gotta remember. Is it this one? Yep. All right. I'm gone. There. So we can just keep going without my head interrupting. All right. You guys seen enough of my face anyway. Give interesting little clusters of color. Remember, we're only dealing with one color right now. And keep the little tapping motion going. And if you feel you got one more, too much of one color, you can always straighten that out. See, we put some of that bright stuff up on top like that. Okay, I think you guys can just about see the whole thing. Let's see. Yep, perfect. All right, without missing a beat, let's dip into a little bit of red. Now, red is extremely powerful. You don't need too much. I'll put the red right here. Okay, just like that. Get a little deeper red. Got a lot of paint there. See that? And I'll just mix it in there, just like that. It's still loose paint, just a different color. Ready? Mash it up there. Can you separate them tonight, or do I have to wait till they dry? No, I'll separate them. I can separate them tonight. Now all of this is me just lifting the tape off the board, because once I peel the tape off, I just peel it off the board, and they'll just separate into two different pictures, paintings. Okay. Now remember, this stuff dries dark. Okay. Now if I feel myself pouncing a little too heavy just to get the paint off, it's time to get some more paint. But I think you guys are starting to get the drift now. See this? Okay. Now I like this color, so I'm gonna use this color. I'm gonna come down here with it. One is it's darker, so I'll bring it down towards the bottom a little more. I'm still keeping some of those dark patches in there. Okay. Blend it into that red a little bit too. Put a red in there like that. Mix it in there. I rather would have a nice, blatantly loud color. Okay, and then it, you know, get the color pretty bright, pretty gaudy looking. Because once it dries, it settles in. You follow me? Okay. So if your painting starts off kind of crazy and loud, let the paint dry and it starts to evaporate. Acrylic paint dries by evaporation. All right. Okay. Okay, dokie then. So we got kind of our rusty orange look to it. Got our yellow, got our rusty orange look. Let's get a little bit of white, put it right in there, just like that. And you know what? Let's go more toward the red with it. There we go. Definitely a different color. See this? Little touch of water, just a little bit. Put it in there. Loose paint sticks to a thick paint. Now we got almost a Pepto-Bismol pink happening, so we won't use this too much. And we'll put some of that up there like this. And kind of next to the yellow here, like that. We'll pop a patch in there, but we'll keep this one more up top, like this. And pop some of those up in there like that. Just like so. Hey Jay, how you doing, Jay? Well, Jay, what we're doing is 2 paintings in one. So we're just having a little fun here. Put some down here, put a clump up there. So we got some fall foliage trees happening a little bit here. I'll keep these guys pretty much near in this dark area here. We kind of get a little separation to where the hill and the cliff start and stop. All right, that's pretty cool. All right, I'm going to go into nothing but straight red right out the tube red. Just some deep red. And we can put some of this deep red right in the bottom down here like this. So you got all sorts of happenings going on there. So I'll aim the red. The Pepto-Bismol is toward the top, but the deep red we'll put toward the bottom. And remember, just tap, don't drag, just tap. And we'll, it's like that. We'll bring some of that up around in here too, but mainly toward the bottom, like that. Okay, enough of that. Well, only 2, not 3. So, but yep, diptych. I did do a triptych at one time. I'm trying to think of what it was. It was a little while ago, but I did do one. I just can't think of what it was I did. Okay, here, right here in this dark stuff, we'll put the yellow here. We'll get some blue. Okay, now slight touch of yellow in that, and a little teeny touch of white right there. Okay, where's my water? A little bit of water, a little bit, and I mean a little bit. Put it right in there. Loose paint stick. I'll mash this brush in real good. All loose, watery paint sticks very well to a thick paint, and you don't have to add as much pressure. Let's see if this is light enough. It might not be enough. You have already. You'd be surprised. Now this is mainly by sight and by feel what you want. Okay. Put it right on top of some of that red, some of that off orange. You know, some of them evergreens or whatever still trying to hold on. You're losing battle, but you got to give them E for effort. Them leaves are going. Kind of looks like some of the hills in New York State here, or Vermont somewhere. At least during peak season. But hopefully what I'm doing makes a little sense. I'm sure you'll tell me, you'll let me know. You have 3 6x12 boards that keep asking me to do something and I don't have a clue what. Marilyn. Well, hopefully what I'm doing here will help you out. All right. Now that I've done that, I can still sneak in little dark patch, you know, here. I can still sneak in a little dark patch. I'll just do a little bit of, I'll put the blue here. I'll try to scrape out some red there. That's not enough red to scrape out. I don't even have enough brown, but I think this could maybe possibly do. I can still eke in some cute little dark spots in there. Not much, not many. Okay, just, you know, like deep gaps in the trees, in between the trees somewhere, and just make it, give them odd shapes in there. I know you guys know what I'm talking about. Those little deep patches in trees, little gaps there. See, just like that. See how that's starting to look like a, makes sense? Put some down in the bottom here. Once again, it goes by feel, how you want them to look. Okay, I think I'm gonna leave it alone. I think we pretty much got that pretty much settled there. What do you guys think? All right. Okay. When I take a photo of this, I'll take a picture of it as I'll take a picture of it as one painting. I kind of like this. Maybe I'll just make this my tree brush. I like this. I'm gonna have to put some tape or something around it. I'll separate it. I'll put it right here. I like that brush. I'll keep it as my tree brush. It has been christened tree brush. All right. Now I don't want to put it there. It's in the way of the camera. Actually, I'll just put it where I used to put the other brushes. Just separate. Put it right there. You have a good night too. I do appreciate you coming by. All right. What do I want to put? No, I don't want to do that. I could do it, but I don't want to. I could do it though. Well, we'll keep it up here. Let's center this. Let's go back, and then we'll kind of put it here, and we'll bring it there. There, you guys can see the majority of it. I'll reduce it down a little bit more, so you guys can see what we got here so far. I'll put the focus on it. All right. Okay, this is what we have so far. Should be something else hanging around there. I mean, I could slap a tree on there, or because we're at like 98% with the painting, but I don't know if it necessarily needs one. Maybe you guys can help me out. What do you guys suggest? And while you're suggesting, I'm just going to sign this thing. I'll put the signature up here somewhere, right there. Nobody's talking. Actually, I can get rid of this also. Actually, I can just shut that down. There we go. So while you guys are giving me an answer, I will just switch. There we go. There. You guys can check it out there. All right. There we go. All right. Tina Sue, you think it looks pretty? Because I'm telling you right now, I have no issues leaving it just like this. A tree in each corner toward the middle. I could do that, yeah. I could do a tree in the middle, or on each side going toward the middle. And yeah, one would be, but the thing is, say if I sold it as one unit, okay, it would have to be 3 trees, 2 on one side and then 1 on the other side. It could never be 2 trees. It's got to be an odd number. So I'm still looking at, what if it's just, oh, I think it's just this plastic too. Oh, I just got rid of it. That was no good. Oh, you know what? Also, let me do something here. See if I can do it. Quality. Yeah, no wonder. All right, let me stop that. That's why it was looking funny to me. Let's do that again one more time. Oh, no, they did it. Okay. All right. No one else is saying anything. Nobody's saying anything. They're mighty quiet. All right. I guess I don't have enough. I don't have enough brown. Maybe I can get away with blue. So while you guys are not saying anything, I will do the customary Walmart brand eagle. Why not? I think I got enough blue for that. Do I got enough red to make a deep maroon? Nope. I don't. It's okay. I'll put one of these guys. I gotta be careful. I'll put one right there. This is the Walmart eagle. I have to put one on the other side somewhere. Maybe this fella will be in the corner here. Right here. I'll have his wings spread out a little more. Right about there. And I'll put the tips up a little bit. Okay. Let's get some white. Let's pop a dot right there. Okay, Kmart Eagle number 1. Kmart Eagle number 2. This is the cheapest way to make an eagle far distance. So if I do split them up, at least somebody got a bird. So it looks like it needs something, but I don't know what. Okay. Okay, let's try this then. I just need to get out some more burnt umber. All right. Gee, it's not even, it's only just getting close to 8 o'clock. That's it. All right, so we got some burnt umber here. I don't really have much. I gotta pop some other colors in it. Well, actually, this is a good thing that I'm running out of paint, so I can't really complain too much about that. All right, we'll just try for those colors. No. Yeah, we'll do for those colors. That'll be fine. Let's, we'll use, I don't necessarily want to use this brush. I'll use the half-inch brush. Okay, here we go. Let's get a little bit of brown. We'll put it right here. Oh, you guys can't see it anyway, the camera's off. Anyway, I'm mixing some umber and some blue together. Need more umber. Yeah, that's good. Nice and, well, it's still got that green tint in it, so I'm gonna have to need a little, well, here's something perfect. Alizarin crimson that'll blacken things up real quickly. I don't got too much of this left. I have to buy another tube. All right. A little bit, and I mean a little bit of alizarin crimson. That will deepen things up quick, fast, and in a hurry. All right. I don't think I'm gonna use much water for this. Okay. Just like that. Branch. Can't go wrong with the branch. Just blocking in the branch though. Block that guy right in, block it in. Just like that, block it in. And I'm using no water, just all paint for right now, at this present time. Just like that. All right, that's one on one side. You like it? Good, good, good. This is alizarin crimson, burnt umber, and phthalo blue. Just about looks black, but it's not. Okay. Let's go. Let's go. It just about creep right into the other one. Gets a little thicker right here. Gets thicker and thicker. Comes right across like that. Need a little, but the paint's getting tacky, so it's just like a little micro dot of water just to loosen it back up. It's not destroying the binding of the paint. This paint's pretty sturdy stuff. And to get those thin little lines, I just use the corner of the brush. Like two creepy hands trying to shake hands. Okay. Yeah, that's cool. I gotta mark down exactly what colors I need to. Usually when I go to the store, the art store, I forget, which really warrants a great big kick in the butt, because I do forget. I'm just getting a script liner, and we'll add some cute little things. In the sunlight here, you can kind of get away with, you know, doing these little deals. And you come around and kind of get the little spidery things going. You can do a few of them on the other side here using the tip of the brush. Get those little fine lines happening there. It's like this. Have it crisscross and, you know, little Y shapes going there. Come out here, it goes different directions. Like that. Don't have to add that many of them. You're pointing? What are you pointing for? Jeez. I tell you, women, they just giving you all sorts of instructions. You know good and well I can't see you. And you're giving me instructions. You're too funny. Okay, that's enough of all of that. Let's throw some highlights on those branches there. do 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 do. I do. Yeah, we can get away with that. Maybe a little bit of yellow and white. We'll put it right here. Very thin. Cut across. All right, and we'll start from here. We'll just give it a little touch. A little touch. And we'll bring it on down. That's just a highlight. Scratch it down there. I'm going to play around with maybe a little brownish gray with this guy, who knows. And I'll do that with the brush. Right now we'll get away with the slapping some highlights on this fella. Now the highlights can be pretty much close to the little sunlight or whatever. It could have been orange, it could have been whatever color I chose. But you'll see, you'll see in a second. I really don't need to add too much of that color there. It's the highlight color, so I don't need to go overboard with it really. We'll use a round brush for the rest. I think I got a little more white I can play with here. A little dot of the brown. A little dot of it. Now, this brown and white, if you're not careful, it will, believe it or not, turn kind of gray on you. Believe it or not. So I'm just going into my white here. Okay. And we'll just kind of pop in a little bit of this tree color up in there. Just kind of pop it in there. Don't get rid of all that dark. Don't get rid of the dark. Don't get rid of the darks. Because mixed in with that bluish color, it turns a little grayish. Okay. So I don't really have to, once again, go overboard totally with the lightening of that of the brown. But would you believe I still need more white? I have no white. So now I need like a little cap full of white just to finish off the painting. Hello, Beth, how are you? You came just in time for the end. A little dot of white there. Put it in there. It turns this a little bit on the gray side here. Just like that. Get a little dot of brown. Put it in there. No water or anything like that. Okay, you guys can still see it without seeing me. That's good. I'll just brighten it up a little bit. Right up in there. Put it right up against there. Good thing is I can use my finger. There we go. I don't have to do every one. Some of them are kind of thin, so I don't have to add all of it. And the darker branches look pretty cool anyway. But it did need something to go over here, in here. Okay, let's go over here on this side. Right below the yellow there. And don't get rid of all of the dark. I won't do that. Okay. I'm used to my water being back over here towards me. Now I'm gonna go back into my dark, back into my dark brown, and we'll get nice little patterns in there to break some of that up. Just like that. Chop some of that up a little bit. Get some brownness back into it. So I'm just going into my brown, a little bit of blue, and just little dark patches here and there, so it doesn't look so flat. So you can bring stuff back if you feel you got it too light. Right up in here, I just roll up a few of them in the bottom, because you want to still maintain the shape of roundness. So you'll always have a dark and a light side, no matter what object you're drawing. Cat, bird, rat, human being, dog, horse, millipede, it doesn't matter. If it's got dimension, it's got a lit and a shaded side. End of subject, case closed. All right. So, let's see how bad we've massacred it here. Oh, let's do this first. The masking tape was put on second, so this comes off first. Now it's glued from the back because the foam board is really light, so the tape will definitely keep it up there. That one's already free. That one's done. That's free. It's this fella here that I'll be in trouble with because it's butted up against it, and so I may have to move the painting. It might just there. Just to get the tape off, I had to move the painting. Especially here. I hope that you just stay there just for a little bit. You can take the picture anyway. I've had paintings fall flat on the painted side right to the floor during my live. Happy times. Well, anyway, there you go. That's what it looks like. Oh, I have to contort myself to put all this tape in the garbage. Whew. All right. I could have gotten away with maybe a waterfall if I thought about it. Yeah, I could have put one in there. because it definitely has the mist for it. It does have the mist for it. As I'm looking at it, there wouldn't really be any place to put the waterfall except here, because you need higher spot, and there's no other spots like that except here. So one painting would have a waterfall, one wouldn't have jack. So yeah, but okay, tree branch. Now with the tree branch there, and now it just looks like a because there's nothing else to really give it scale, so now it looks like a really colorful bush. Because the tree adjusts the scale of everything. But a cliff is a cliff, no matter what. So, but I think it's all good. It still works. I guess I should. Well, I don't know. If I sell it as one piece, then yeah, the one signature would do. If not, then I think I still should sell it as one piece, because people they can just separate it or have it whatever way they want. So it's up to them. So, but all right, guys, thank you very much for coming. I guess I can put this back on. Which one is it? This? Yeah. And then hold on for a second. Let me do something here. There you go. That's the regular size. Thank you very much, guys. I do appreciate it. If you like what you see, thumbs up, thumbs down, down below. You can put your comments down below in the comment section and all that good stuff. You should be a gray $ there if you want to give to the cause. They were either PayPal. If you're interested in this thing when it's dry, contact me on Messenger. I think my email address is somewhere in the About Me section or something like that. I know it's in there somewhere. But the next time you'll see from me will most likely, if it's not over the weekend, it will be my scheduled time of Monday evening at 7 o'clock. It's pre-recorded, and I believe it's that white flower. Look in the community section, and all the upcoming tutorials are there, and just check for the date. And I think it's the white flower that's coming up next. All right, thank you very much. I do appreciate it. Be safe, enjoy your evening, and be well. Hope to see you guys again. Peace.